Title: Crimson Sands. A blistering sun beat down on the parched earth, baking the endless dunes of the crimson sands. A lone figure, clad in ragged robes, stumbled through the heat, his cracked lips whispering a silent plea for salvation. This was Kael, a desert nomad, exiled from his tribe, for a crime he didn't commit. He was days away from succumbing to the unforgiving desert, his only companion the whispering wind that carried tales of a mythical oasis. Driven by a flicker of hope, Kael pressed on, his eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of life. After weeks of hardship, they reached the entrance to the sunken city. The Sand Serpent, awakened by their presence, carved a path through the sand, revealing a magnificent city of black obsidian. Inside, they encountered the source of the darkness, a malevolent entity known as the Shadow King, who thrived on the negative emotions of the land. A fierce battle ensued. Kael, empowered by the prophecy and guided by Elara, fought with the fury of a man reborn. Elara wielded powerful sand magic, her spells weaving intricate patterns of light against the encroaching darkness. The Sand Serpent, their unlikely ally, crashed through the city, its roars shaking the very foundations. Scene 5. A new dawn on Earth. The battle raged for what felt like an eternity, but finally, Kael struck a fatal blow, banishing the Shadow King back into the abyss. Light flooded the city, dispelling the darkness and revealing its former glory. The citizens, long trapped under the Shadow King's control, were finally free. With the darkness vanquished, Kael and Elara emerged from the city, greeted by the cheers of a grateful people. The crimson sands, once barren and desolate, began to bloom anew. Kael, no longer an exile, was hailed as a hero, his name forever etched in the legends of the land. He had found his redemption, not in the solitude of the desert, but in the heart of a battle that saved a civilization. As he stood beside Elara, watching the sun rise over a land reborn, he knew that their journey together had only just begun. Just as despair began to consume him, a shimmering mirage appeared in the distance. With the last vestiges of his strength, Kael surged forward, his heart pounding in his chest. As he drew closer, the mirage solidified, revealing a lush oasis teeming with life. Crystal clear water cascaded from a rocky outcrop, forming a pool surrounded by vibrant greenery. Genital whispers in the palms style. Exhausted but exhilarated, Kael collapsed by the water's edge, drinking deeply from the life-giving source. As his strength returned, he noticed strange markings etched into the rocks surrounding the pool. They seemed ancient, their meaning lost to time. A rustling in the palm trees drew his attention, and he saw a cloaked figure emerge from the shadows. The figure introduced herself as Elara, the guardian of the oasis. She revealed that the markings were a prophecy, foretelling the arrival of a stranger who would unleash a hidden power within the crimson sands. Elara believed Kael to be that stranger, chosen to battle a growing darkness that threatened to engulf the land. Scene 3. The sunken city and the Sand Serpent. Kael was hesitant, still bearing the scars of his exile. Yet the desperation in Elara's voice and the weight of the prophecy convinced him. Elara spoke of a hidden city buried beneath the sands, where the source of the darkness resided. To reach it, they would need to awaken the legendary Sand Serpent, a creature said to be both protector and destroyer. Their journey was fraught with peril. They battled sandstorms that ripped at their flesh, navigated treacherous canyons, and faced creatures born of shadow and sand. Through it all, Kael's resolve grew stronger, fueled by the trust Elara placed in him and the growing connection between them. Scene 4. Confrontation in the depths.